Story time. My wife runs a successful business reselling things, and there's vintage and antiques and all this cool stuff. And she works with a lot of other people that also resell vintage and antiques and things. And I don't get it. Like, let me just say, I don't understand. And I understand that a lot of people don't understand trading cards and cardboard. A lot of people don't understand why you would pay, $800 for Volcanic Island from Revised. Is it $800? I'm going to look it up. Volcanic Island. It's yeah, market price is like $740. I was looking at something else. But yeah, you can get a moderately played for $500 supposedly. Okay. Anyway, I digress. A lot of people don't understand. I guess I should just share my screen. A lot of people don't understand. Why would you buy this? Why would you buy this? I'll tell you why you buy this. Because it's awesome. But I understand that a lot of people don't get it. You know what I don't get is I don't get vintage. I don't get antiques. I don't understand decorations. You can look behind me. There's beautiful things on these shelves. I didn't put them there. And I can recognize that they're beautiful. But I guess I understand that you need to go and buy some nice stuff for your house once. What I don't understand are the people that go to buy stuff, like we're talking about going to like Anthropology or something like that, and they're buying stuff like every weekend. And these people exist because my wife knows about them, and they're some of her customers, which, thank you. But it's crazy. It is crazy out there. So anyways, Antique World, it's interesting, really interesting. A lot of people passionate, love it. And a lot of passionate, love it sellers, selling people. And, maybe one day my wife will make a YouTube channel for all of the antique vintage sellers while I make one for the, for the magic card people. But, so she works at this a location where there's a lot of other sellers there. And my wife is of the opinion that it's like, we're kind of rising tide lifts all boats. Let's try to work together. It just makes sense. There's some synergy, so it's like my wife will have her booth, her space where she's able to sell stuff. And then there's other sellers that have spaces where they're able to sell stuff. And sometimes there's synergy in putting like products together, right? So it's like if you have a bunch of, I don't even know antiques very well, but if you've got a bunch of like nice wall signs and whatever, and somebody else has a bunch of nice, decorations that go on shelves or whatever, it's like maybe mixing your two products together could benefit both of you. It's possible. And so there came a situation where somebody actually offered that. And one of the booth owners was so offended and was like, "You're threatening me. You're threatening my business. How dare you?" And it was all just like a collaboration attempt, like, hey, you sell X and I sell Y, and maybe we can work together and both of us sell more. And instead it was like, no, you're attacking me. You're trying to take money away from my business. How dare you? Blah, 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 blah. And just so much drama, right? So much drama. And it's so interesting how zero sum people think the game of business is, and how people assume that, if you're getting sales, that means I'm not getting sales. And therefore I should feel bad if you're getting sales or something like that, But seriously, this is how a lot of people think. A lot of people, and not just in antiques and vintage, of course. Some people think this way in magic. You think like, oh, wow, that store is selling a bunch. Dang it. Those people aren't buying from me. Or that's what you might be tempted to think, right? And it's such a fascinating concept because there's economics to this. Like, first off, let's clear up the issue with the whole zero-sum game thing. So the concept of a zero-sum game is, the idea is like there's limited resources. Every resource you get is a resource that I don't get. So you think about like a pie. If you eat a piece of the pie, I don't get to eat that piece of the pie. It is a zero-sum game. When you go to Chili's and you order the chocolate lava cake, every bite your little brother takes is a bite that you don't get to take. It's a zero-sum game. And the incentives for a zero-sum game are take as much as you can, right? As quickly as you can, because anything you don't take, you're just going to lose, right? So that is the kind of the zero-sum game mindset. And you see this a lot. You see people that are, it's like, in politics or in business or whatever. It's like, oh, if you're winning, that means I'm losing. And therefore, there's no concept of like a win-win, right? It's if you're winning, I'm losing. That is the zero-sum game mindset. So what does this have to do with cardboard? Well, when you have your cardboard business, the question is it really zero-sum game? Are the sales that your buddy makes selling his cards impacting you in your cards? And for the vast majority, just due to size, just because of how small your business is, the answer is no. No, absolutely not. Like, you need to get over yourself. If you've got 1,500 cards listed on TCG Player and you think like, oh, John Doe over there is selling his 1,500 cards on TCG Player and he's taking business away from me. Like, that's just ridiculous. That's obviously irate and just outlandish. Is there a situation where you might be justified in thinking that way? Well, I don't know. I guess if you're selling your local Facebook marketplace and you're trying to flip booster boxes for $10 above, the price you got them at, somebody else is doing the same thing. Like, yeah, sure. I guess that there's some competition there, but this is the reality. This is what's interesting about a game like Magic, is that every seller can be kind of an evangel of the game, right? More sellers means prices are lower, which hurts your business maybe, but not quite, because when the prices get lower, demand grows, right? And that's not the right technical way to say it, but the quantity demanded grows as the price gets lower. All this is to say is that the more sellers there are, the easier it is to get people into this game. And the more people that get into this game, the more sellers we're going to need. And that's the reality. When we say like a rising tide lifts all boats, that's effectively the same thing as saying that as more people are more successful, more people will become more successful, even more so, right? And that is true. That is a reality for Magic the Gathering and selling Magic the Gathering cards. It is not a zero-sum game. If there wasn't this kind of network effect, if it wasn't true that selling cards helped more people get cards and be into the game and made cards more attractive, and if there wasn't any community to Magic the Gathering, maybe it would be a zero-sum game. I still don't think it would. I haven't thought that all the way through. But because there's a community aspect for it, because by me helping you sell cards, it's going to help people buy cards for better prices, help more people play the game, have access to it. And when more people play the game and have access to it, they're going to buy more stuff, and they're going to buy stuff from me. By me helping you start and run your trading card business, I'm actually helping me make more money in my own trading card business, right? And that's part of the reason why you see like so much kind of good, uplifting, positive content on YouTube when it comes to helping people grow their businesses and things like that. It's like there's a lot of creators out there, not just me, that don't charge anything and give lots of great advice. And it's because there's this understanding and this reality that we all win together. We can all win together. Now, yes, are there times where technically you're competing? Like you might be in a Patreon program and there might only be 100 boxes. And, if your buddy gets 5 of them, that means you're not going to get your 10 you want, right? So yeah, there's like some situations where you can compete. In general though, I feel like this is obvious, but it isn't obvious because people do get like bitter and snooty and whatever. But man, being happy for other people winning is just a good skill to have. It turns out that in this game of life, nobody wins alone. You win because of support and help you get from people. And let me say that again, like no matter how skilled or talented or whatever you are, you need people around you to win, to succeed. And so it's just a good skill in general that like, if you're part of a Patreon program and everybody is getting their share And you see some of these people out there, they're like, hey, I'm glad everybody gets their fair share or whatever. That's a good attitude to have. You know, we're not going to win. You're not going to win long-term by trying to like undercut everybody and cut the line and target and just grab everything in your cart and rush out. You know, it's like, yes, you will make more money that day for sure, but you're not going to make more money in your lifetime. It really, you know, success is going to be determined by your ability to work well with others, make good relationships with people, and then use those relationships to your benefit. You know, obviously, like at the end of the day, it is about winning. It is about you winning. It is about receiving tangible value. I mean, I think about this YouTube channel, and I'm so grateful for all the people that watch and listen and et cetera. I've been able to meet people. I've been able to make, you know, acquaintances or friendships or whatever you want to call it. And I have had financial gain from these relationships. You know, it's like, I've been able to buy stuff from people. I've been able to sell stuff to people. It's really cool to be able to bypass the you know, fee-bay whatever ecosystem and to be able to just sell stuff and buy stuff directly, where all parties can save money, and it just comes from a place of trust. It's like, hey, if I trust you and you trust me, and I've got something you want and you've got the cash, then we can just exchange. And it's a huge win. And it's just interesting thinking about, you know, if I had gone into this thinking like, oh, these people are my competition, these people are my enemy, you know, it's like, it'd be such a disaster, it'd be such a waste of potential and time to assume that the people out there that are pursuing similar things as you are your enemy is just a mistake. It is a waste. There's so much opportunity out there that comes from working well with others. And so that's the point. That's the point. Good times, y'all. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.